different. A few people have asked us what we carry in our rucksacks when we go out walking. So I've got Tom, who's, you know, from Garmin, he's also a scout leader. So we brought Tom in, Jane, who's my wife, who's a Nordic walking instructor, and myself, who's a guide as well. So I thought we're going to go through the contents of our rucksacks, aren't we? Exciting. So let's start off with Jane, because I think when we get to Tom, we're going to be here to the end of the time inside his rucksack.
It's looking pretty big.
So it's kind of, we've all brought our rucksacks in to work, or well, our cars or ours are in work anyway. And we thought we're going to go through each of your rucksacks, see what we've got, and we'll start with Jane, who's a Nordic walking instructor. So she's leading Nordic walks, training courses, and it's your rucksack, your contents of that. Which I think with Nordic walking, quite lightweight, aren't
Yeah,
we?
it's got to be lightweight because your arms and your shoulders are doing all the work, so you can't carry anything big and bulky on your back, so it's got to be light and quite compact.
Brilliant. So if people don't know, Nordic walking is like a cross-country skiing but without the snow, and it's using your
Using poles to push yourself
push you
along.
through. So shall I lift your bag up for you then?
Please.
Oh, so this is Jane's bag, nice and compact, purple.
Of course.
And we're going to quickly go through exactly what you're going to, why you have that in your bag when you're out Nordic walking.
Right, so in the sides I've got easy access. I've got my very important Garmin Aqua Pack for my phone, because I drowned my phone about a year ago. Completely drowned it because I had it in my pocket when I was out Nordic walking with a client. So I've since learned mobile phones must go in there, keep them dry. That's my first thing. In the other side, I've got my Nordic paws for the bottom of my poles. So if I'm going to go on a hard track rather than soft, I can get those out quick and put them on. And I've also got a bag so that if they get dirty and I'm taking them off, I've got a bag to put them in.
Very organised.
Oh yes, it's all about speed, you see, none of this malarkey. Main part is the interesting bit. So, hat. Anyone who knows me knows I hate the snow, I hate the rain, I hate the wind. So I had to keep it off my head. High-vis vest for when we're going along the roads. Waterproof. As I said, Nordic walking, I can't carry anything big and bulky. So that is my waterproof jacket.
Super light.
Super light, but it does keep the water off. It's really,
It's a Montaigne
really good.
jacket, isn't it? Montaigne jacket.
So it's really, really good, but it does the job. That's in there. I've got my spray to keep the flies at bay.
Big
Another
spray.
thing that drives me crackers. So, and everybody uses it, funnily enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nordic walking gloves. I have 2 sets. So that's my second pair, just in case. And then the most important bit in the bottom is my first aid kit. That's the one bit I don't scrimp on.
This is your
So that's my survival kit.
blanket or
Yeah.
survival bag rather, isn't it? Sorry,
Yeah.
get into. This is what we use for respiratory, so it goes across the mouth. Resuscitation mask if you need to do mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
My full first aid kit, all in there, which hopefully and thankfully I've never had to use yet, but everything is in there, and that keep that up to date with what's going on. Spare bandage, and I've also got an ice pack, because if anything's going to get injured when you're out doing my things, it's normally knees, ankles, things like that, so I also carry one of those.
And what we do in the business as well, just to remember first aid kit, is most things have an expiry date in them, so you keep a slip of each first aid kit. Our first aid kits, I know we're a business, have numbers on them, so that's number 2, and you have a list of what's in that first aid kit, the expiry date, so you can quickly refer to it and say, right, this year we need to take that out, put that in, don't you?
So
And you keep it up to date there.
Yeah.
So that's so I close that back up for you. Anything else or not? Anything secrets in the bottom of your rucksack that interest?
Secret things. I've got a bunch of plasters. I've got my glucose tablets. Keep people going when they forget to have their breakfast. And I think that's about it. Emergency whistle.
Emergency whistle.
Ever important.
Ever important. And I think the only other thing I've got is my charts and my pen that nobody can pinch because it stands out and it also lights up. Throw back to my teaching days. No one can pinch to say it's their pen. And my pen and my charts for my Nordic walking.
Excellent.
That's it.
Good stuff.
That's it.
We're going to pack this back in, or are we going to just pour it up? pour onto the floor.
Well, it depends how much Tom's
I
going
think
Well,
to
we'll get it
Tom-
all out.
I'll do mine next, I
Yeah,
think. But
and
I
then
think
we'll clear it for...
so. Should we push that over
yeah,
there?
You can compare then, can't you? What you've
Very
got and what
fantastic.
I've
Push that
got.
to one side. So
So that's the light Nordic walking. Right.
yeah, brilliant. So
Good bunch of
This
this
is-
plasters there.
this is my pack. This is my.
Just one in.
So you might know as well as GPS. We have Shepherd's Walk. So my guide for Shepherd's Walk has got a logo on the top, and this is my day pack. I actually have a slightly larger pack, but I've kind of over the last year I've kind of shrunk down to this because this is the new fashion, is to travel lightweight. This Tom, that's what you should learn from. So
I'll say my piece.
Montaigne. I'll be honest with you, we really like Montaigne Northeast business. That's why Jane's got a Montaigne clothing on it and this kind of thing. Northeast business. We're Northeast based, and they're really quite nice kits. So this is my Montaigne rucksack, and I'll get in there and see exactly what's in it. Again, I've just been out walking. It's now Tuesday, and I use this on Sunday. You can still see the mud on the bottom where I slipped and ended up on my backside. So have a quick look at what's inside. Let me put it down here so you can see. It's not. I've got my waterproof jacket. So again, my Montaigne waterproof jacket. So right, red is what our uniform colours is, and again, you see me on a GPS training course. I'll be wearing that as well. I've still got my water bottle in. I'm not yet taken that out.
Disgusting.
So I really should have emptied it out. That's my water bottle left over from Saturday. On brand, I also have my aqua pack as well.
That's a theme.
That's one. I have 2 aqua packs in mine. That's for my phone. So I've learned from Jane's mistake of how she destroyed her iPhone in one morning. So I put my iPhone in there when I'm out walking within there. I have this other bag. This is what I call my bag of goodies. So I've learned over the years, because I take people out walking, I experience people who are less well prepared, I'm going to say that in a polite manner. So I just carry a bag around with me with various bits and bobs. There's actually a bolt in there. I don't know why there's a bolt in there. I said I've not pre-prepped this. And this is just things that I will loan or use myself. So there's numerous hats. There's a fleecy hat there. There's my Shepherd's Walks hat. Balaclava. So I once loaned that guy when I was leading up the 3 peaks. It was shivering, totally unprepared. So I gave him a balaclava and he said it saved his life. 2 sets of gloves, one for myself. So these are usually my ones. I've got some North Face gloves there, which are my gloves. Then I have a spare pair just in case my clients are getting cold. And then I have we're not allowed to call them buffs. The Shepherd's Walks Holidays neck tubes, aren't they? Because the BUFF is a branded name and you get told off you. So a tube to keep my neck warm on there. And I keep that as my little goodie bag of things for me and for clients if we get cold. And I tell you what, if you're ever a guide and you can make someone feel warm by loaning them a hat, you are the best friend ever to them there. Just like Jane, I've got my rhesus mask and my first aid kit, so exactly the same. We have the same throughout the business. We have a high-vis vest. I'm glad I've got my high-vis vest for when I'm on the road. And then I have, because I've got my waterproof trousers in here. I've got my waterproof trousers. When it starts raining, my waterproof trousers. And then, as a guide, we then have storm shelters or refuge shelters. So I think this is just a 2-man refuge shelter. So if people don't know what these are, you can put yourself in, also a casualty, and they get phenomenally warm though, unbelievably. You sit around the edge of them. And we have, in the business, we've got 2 men and 6 men, 8 man as well. So I've just got to manage to get a 2 men. And they come out like big orange, and you sit inside them and you keep yourself warm and also your casualty warm there. So we used to have Ango ones. I don't know if they're all Ango. We've got multiple of them in the business. I've still got my map from the weekend, so I've got my ordnance survey map from when I was out. My paper map I've still got. And then in the top, I've got some bits and bobs which I keep in the top, my top pocket. Actually, I've got one on the inside. I've got an inside pocket as well. Maybe I should start with the inside pocket. My inside pocket, I've also got another small aqua pack there, which is what I put my car keys in, or my house keys in. So my car keys are now electronic, these car keys, so I don't want those getting submerged and wet. So I put my car keys in a little aqua pack, which is actually attached to my rucksack, so I don't ever lose my car keys. So when I don't put them in my coat pocket, I put them into there, and that zips in there. I also have, in the top, this is my bag of bits and bobs and goodies, which are just other various things that I've kind of collected over the years that I found useful. It's like Jane, I've got a pen with me, because again, you never know when you need a pen. We've got a foil blanket, which actually was when I ran the Great North Run. It's my Great North Run foil blanket, just in case, in there. Got some insect repellent wipes. And my key thing is really quite gross, but Vaseline really good. You know, if you get customers who are getting blisters on their feet or getting friction or friction burns, I loan them a Vaseline and they can just rub it on. And that, for me, that is the key thing. I always say to customers, as soon as you start getting a blister, rub it with Vaseline and get some lubrication on there. You know, people chafe on the inside of the legs and this kind of thing. You can, again, somebody can go, oh, it's fantastic, thanks very much. And people are embarrassed about it, but actually, I think it's one of the best things you ever have in your rucksack. So that's really my rucksack content, my little bits and bobs. Again, I've actually walked the last couple of weekends on my own. I've been out walking up on Windy Gala, Border Ridge. This is also my own personal stuff with me. So again, this is what I would take to guide. I still take the same rucksack with me if I'm just going out walking on my own with all this gear in there as well. So key things there, yeah, my refuge shelter, all the other bits and bobs. So again, that's quite a lot to put into my little rucksack. I say I used to have well, I've still got a larger rucksack, but I've started walking over the past few years with this slightly smaller one. So that's the contents of my rucksack, which is more than what Jane had in hers. I suspect not quite as much as Tom has got in his, because Tom is a scout leader. You've just come back, Tom, haven't you, from the Lake District last weekend with a group of
so
scouts.
we were wild camping up in the Lake District, quite high, above 500 metres. So this is kind of my winter 2-day rucksack. So yeah, a lot bigger, but there's tent, sleeping bag, and cooking stuff in here as well. So
Clear the table.
So waterproofs in their own little dry bag, waterproof trousers, waterproof jacket. You'll notice that as everything comes out, it's all in its own individual dry bag. So when I'm going in there, if I'm looking for something, hopefully the rest of it doesn't get wet. Everything together. Spare insulation. Again, probably a bit more than you, but we're out for 2 days, so there's 2 insulation jackets in there, a down jacket and a synthetic jacket in there. My trusty water bottle. Again, I haven't touched this bag since Sunday, so slightly grotty. This one's probably the most interesting bag in here. So this is our kind of emergency bag that we have. This doesn't get unpacked when it goes trip to trip, so this might be going climbing, cragging for the weekend climbing, or for the day or the evening, or for the weekend trip. So on top of all of these, we have 3 of them in our district. Is an E-Trex 10, and there's usually a little product card in here as well. First aid kit is there accessible. Ice pack, water purification tablets, and then just like you, spare hats, gloves, jackets. We actually do have buffs.
Proper buffs, you know.
In there. So, like I say, first aid kit, we lock them all and stuff like that, the ice packs. The E-Trex 10 is for, heaven forbid something happens to me. Obviously, I have my fancy Garmin kit, which I'll show you in a minute, but these are designed to be switched on by the kids, and it gives them a grid reference that they can phone with their mobile phone. They don't have to try and work out how the other stuff that we have works. And they're in the top of all the emergency kit packs that we have. So, there you go.
What batteries have you got in here, Tom?
Roll mat.
Okay.
Thermal mat. Stove.
Jet boil.
Do you want the story about what this is?
I think we know what that is.
That's for.
My kind of emergency bits and pieces bag is this one. It's my personal one, so I have a peaked cap for when I'm walking for my glasses. That goes with the trowel. Again, spare hats, gloves, Vaseline is all in here. For the kids, my emergency bit. Spare laces, thermal bag, repair tape, gaffer tape is always useful, glow stick, whistles all in here, spare batteries for my head torch, etc. Sleeping bag, it's now starting to get a little damp coming out of this bag as well. Isn't it great? Yeah, sleeping bags in there. Spare leg wear for the kids, so like a lightweight pair of waterproof trousers. So a lot of it's spares and stuff. And then tent.
It's a small tent.
Wow.
Yeah, poles are on the outside of the bag. There, and then kit-wise, in the top is my compass and my trusty InReach Mini, which is what I use for a lot of it, paired with my Phoenix watch. So still using a map and compass. But InReach Mini for communication for the longer trips, so 2 days, parents can get hold of me through a home contact if they need to. I can initiate an SOS or get some information back to the home contact team. but all works with my Phoenix, so tucked out of the way in the lip pocket.
Very good. How many times would you use this over the weekend then, Tom?
So from actual emergency use, obviously we didn't get to use it, but we can let the team know. So obviously we've got home contact, who's the point of contact for all the parents. So if they need to get any information to us, he can contact me on this, or we can just let them know we're at the overnight camp, we're okay. We were at a remembrance service, so we let them know we were there, and we let them know what route we were doing. You know, we were very dependent on the weather when we got to the Lake District. Was it going to be covered in snow? Was it going to be clear? So again, we can let them know what route we're going to be doing, and so people know where to look for us if they're
very good.
if they need to. So
what weight's that bag? It's not overly heavy, is it? Really?
No,
It's
I mean,
it's
there's no.
all quite lightweight stuff.
I've eaten
isn't
a lot
it?
of the food that was in it.
Okay, that's good.
So
The mud coming out of it. Let's see where it was.
it's a bit damp still in places as well. So, but yeah.
Brilliant, thank you very much. So that's really just to summarise the content. So it's kind of lightweight, really, Jane, Nordic walking, just out myself as a guide, and also my own personal walking, what's in my rucksack, and then Tom as a scout leader taking wilderness camping, as you've just done the Lake District over the last weekend. Kind of the more, I wouldn't say extreme, but what he carries in there. So I say a few people have been asked. I thought it'd be interesting just to kind of open our rucksacks up. I hope you got some ideas. You might think, oh, that's quite nice to have a bag full of spare goodies and this kind of thing. And if you've got anything that you think we're missing, or you've got in your rucksack that we've not got, put in the comments on Facebook, or drop us a quick email here at GPS Training, and we'll do that. And thanks very much for watching. Thanks Tom and Jane for joining me on this Facebook Live. Cheers.